Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Sheen, your host. This is Money Matters. In this channel, we talk about money, finance, how to grow your money, how to invest your money, how to make money work hard for you. Guys, if you haven't yet already, consider subscribing. Give me a thumbs up. Really helps out the channel. I have over 7,000 subscribers now, so I thank each and every one of you. Typically, my videos are always last to the game. I have a full-time job. I have two little kids, so I'm not able to record videos as soon as news comes out. So I'm always typically last. So I do appreciate you still supporting me. But today, I have a not talked about stock that is a massive growth opportunity in my opinion. So I'm going to bring this to you. So if you find value in the video, give me a thumbs up. It really helps out. All right, check this out. An undiscovered high quality play on the healthy foods megatrend. So I've been looking at this company for like probably 3 to 4 days now, kind of just looking over their numbers, seeing the trend, and just seeing how they are coming into the American markets. So I think it's going to be massive. We're going to go through all the numbers. We're going to go through the growth. We're going to go through, what happened with the illness situation with this company. And I think it's going to be a massive opportunity. So here it is, the Very Good Food Company. So they were formerly known as the Very Good Butchers. So here's their stock chart as of current. The ticker symbol in the US is called VRYYF, Very Good Food Company. They traded for $1.93 as of this recording. Market cap of roughly $142 million. So very small market cap company. They're just getting started. The whole illness situation really propelled them into the bigger markets, into the United States market, and into the online space. So this is their chart. So in the US, they just started trading probably a few weeks ago. On October 19th, they were trading for $1.36. They are already up to $1.93 as of this recording. So here's the 5-day performance, 39% 5-day performance, and on the 1 month, nearly 70% increase. So this is a plant-based food company. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, the plant-based food industry is exploding with likes of Beyond Meat, Impossible Foods. There's a couple of others out there. The Whole Foods revolution, this is just the trend. You can't fight the trend, even if you don't believe in. Even if you don't think it is more healthy or less healthy or whatever it is, it's just the way it is. It is a massive growth sector. You see the likes of Beyond Meat, I think, has tripled since it IPO'd. I think what was it, last year it IPO'd, or either 1 or 2 years ago it IPO'd, and has tripled in their value. So this is a Very Good Food Company. Our mission is to employ plant-based food technology to create low processed products. So this is a little bit different. Impossible Foods and Beyond Meat, they're getting a lot of criticism because they are considered highly processed food, even though they're using vegetable and quote-unquote healthy material. There is a lot of oils, vegetable oils, different types of oils in their food, and they're getting a little bit of flack from the industry that they are just too heavily processed. So the Very Good Food Company is different. They are very low processed. I mean, it's still processed food. I mean, any way you cut it, if it's not straight from the ground, it is processed. So it is processed, but they do not use any additives. They do not use any extra chemicals or any additives or anything like that. So it is very low processed food. So this is where they are kind of differing from the bigger giants out there like Impossible Foods and Beyond Meat. Speaking of Beyond Meat, here is their stock. Right now they have a $10.7 billion market cap, trading for $173. Keep that in comparison with a market cap of Very Good Food Company, $142 million. So massive growth opportunity if they can execute. So we're going to talk more about that. How are they executing, and how are they going to grow into their evaluation? So market dynamics, this is what it is. $10 billion is this industry in 2018, expected to grow to roughly $31 billion by 2026. So that is just the trend. I mean, just check out Google Trends for veganism, for plant-based foods. Check out Instagram. I mean, it's kind of growing all over the place. I've been keeping up with it for a couple of months now, and I could see this trend. A lot of other YouTubers, a lot of not just in the stock market, but just in plant-based foods, in less meat. That is the trend that is growing. I mean, just do a little bit of research yourself. Don't take my word for it. Look at it for yourself. You will see this trend is continuing to grow. All right, so like I said earlier, the illness situation really propelled this company to the forefront. They were just a very small company, only in British Columbia in Canada. They had some stores and they were in grocery stores. They have their own restaurant. But other than that, very small, not on the scene, not on the market, not on the internet, not really in the United States at all. But this whole illness situation caused them to have to change their business model, and their business model absolutely exploded. So the e-commerce absolutely exploded. I'm going to show you the numbers in a second. Wholesale business selling to grocery stores absolutely exploded, but the restaurant and retail business did take a hit. But you will see that this hit it was more than made up for the e-commerce side of the business. Check this out. This is their sales history for the past 12 months. So you can see they did have a steady growth from July 2019 to February 2020, and then the whole illness situation happened, pretty much closed down their whole restaurant retail business. But they were able to pivot. And this is the sign of a good company, good management, to pivot quickly into the e-commerce space. And you see the e-commerce in light blue, in light green there, just massively explode. March of 2020, 155,000. Up to April of 2020 to 356,000, comparing that to 41,000 in February of 2020. So you see a massive explosion in their online sales as well as their wholesales. Wholesales in April of 2020 was roughly 74,000 compared to 48,000 in March of 2020. So you do see this decline, though. You're going to say, "Hey, Sheen, but look at this. Look at this graph. It is declining from April down to June. What's going on? Why is it declining? Is this something that we missed? Is it a concern?" So when you just look at that graph and not do more research into it, you will think that that is a concern, that they've kind of peaked and then they're back on the decline, but that's not the case. They have just exploded so much. They're in a situation that they cannot meet demand. So it is a good situation to have for a growth company, that your demand is just off the charts and you cannot meet demand, but you need to do something in order to capture this demand, in order to get your foot in the door into this space. And so what have they been doing? So take a look. So due to overwhelming demand, processing time on orders will be 2 to 3 weeks. So that is better. I think it was like 5 to 6 weeks in the past. So they've reduced it down to 2 to 3 weeks, but they need to do better. So this is what they're doing. So they're rapidly growing their e-commerce channel, sustainable rapid revenue growth in e-commerce, strong social media presence. So they're in the social media game. They are working with, I think, Pamela Anderson. She has a whole thing about plant-based foods. They have 50 plus wholesale customers on their waiting list. They increased their volume production in Victoria to 572,000 per year, and their max capacity is 1.3 thousand pounds per year. In Q1 of 2020, they secured a second location, location number 2 in Vancouver. In Vancouver, the maximum production is 5 million pounds per year. In Q3, so just recently, they secured a third position in the United States. So they're bringing their products to the United States. Obviously the biggest market, and in the United States, the biggest market is California. This is where they're at. A capacity of maximum capacity of 28 million pounds per year in California. In Q2 2020, the revenue grew to 1.1 million. That's a 359% growth year over year. They have leading industry margins, up to 40% greater than 40% margins on their products compared to Beyond Meat, which is probably maybe the market leader in this plant-based food revolution. Market leader probably is Beyond Meat. They're probably the biggest publicly traded. Impossible Foods is not currently publicly traded, so we don't know exactly their numbers. But Beyond Meat is 29. They just reported they had 29.7% margins. Also, they just did 2 finance capital raises for over $12 million. Company assets, so they now have 6.7 million in assets. Of that, $3.5 million is in cash, and that is subsequent event include a subsequent event of $8.5 million for their latest cash raise. They just did a $5.2 million capital raise, getting a lot of money back on their balance sheet. This was over the summer. It was $1.30 Canadian, so roughly 99 cents USD for their capital raise. The company intends to use the proceeds from the offering to pursue an expansion to the United States. So there it is. They're using that money strategically to expand into the biggest market there is, United States, into California. The Very Good Food Company announces record holiday orders, production increases, and distribution partners. All right, so this is my opinion, not financial advice. I'm personally looking to get into this stock as soon as Monday. Actually, I'm going to go out to my Whole Foods to see if they have any of their products. I'm going to try it out. Hopefully they do. And I am personally going to look into getting into this company, starting a position on Monday. Hopefully it does not go over $2. I want to get it under $1 USD. The reason is they have been taking pre-orders for the holiday season, for Thanksgiving and for Christmas, and their pre-orders for these holidays are absolutely massive. And as soon as the next quarter's numbers come out, which is, I believe, in the end of November, December, their Q3 numbers are going to come out. I think their numbers are going to be absolutely massive. It's going to be insane. It's going to make these current numbers look minuscule. So when that happens, I think this is going to be on everybody's radar. In Germany, where they're already trading, in Canada, where they're already trading, in the US, where they just started trading, and it's going to go into bigger markets, probably listed somewhere, maybe on the NASDAQ, and probably when it gets into the Robinhood crowd, this thing is going to explode. That's just my personal opinion. Don't come to me in like 3 months and say, hey, it didn't explode. All right, this is my opinion. Do your own due diligence, do your own research. All right, so October 9th, this came out. The stuffed beasts have grown to record levels in 2020 with pre-sales for both Thanksgiving and Christmas at maximum capacity. These pre-sales represent a greater than 300% annual increase in units. The Very Good Food Company announces distribution partners with North America's leading wholesale distributor and expanded points of retail. So to wrap this up, I think this is going to be massive. Like I said, as soon as Q3 numbers are reported, they have moved online for their growth. They have expanded their facilities. They had a second facility in Canada, a third facility in California. So they're really ramping up production, really taking the money that they got in their capital raise to really grow the company. And like I said, the holidays are coming up, and so the holidays numbers are going to be absolutely massive. Over 300% year-over-year growth in their pre-sales for the holiday products. So I think it's going to be massive as soon as Q3 numbers come out, and Q4 numbers, Q4 numbers are really going to reflect even more of the holiday sales. So I think by next year, into Q1 of next year, we're going to see some massive numbers in this company, and this could be a possible 10x opportunity. Guys, don't leave comments like 2 months later or 1 month later and say, hey, this thing didn't explode. You told me it was going to be a 10x. Understand that I am a long-term investor. I'm thinking like 2, 3, maybe 4 years out for this 10x opportunity to happen. So this is the name of the game. We're investing in a company that we see is growing. We're not betting on a company that we think is going to grow and have massive explosions in the next few weeks. So people leave me comments all the time like, hey, you told me that you said this thing was going to be explode, it's going to be massive. Yeah, I'm a long-term investor, so I'm looking like 3, 5, maybe 7, 10 years out for certain companies. In this particular company, I'm looking maybe like 3 to 5 years out for at least a 10x growth on my money. So if you have the patience, if you believe in the company, if you look at the numbers, you see what they're doing, and you see what I'm seeing, let me know in the comments below. Do you think this is going to be a 10x company in 3 to 5 years? Do you see it sooner than that, in 1 to 2 years? Let me know in the comments below. But nonetheless, I think at under $2 right now USD, it is going to be a massive explosion in the coming few months. But probably 10x in my opinion in 3 to 5 years. Oh, also one more thing. Am I concerned about the whole illness situation coming back? The winter is coming back. The winter is coming. The cold is coming. So do I think this is a concern for this company? The answer is no, absolutely not, because we already saw what happened when the illness situation shut down their business in the beginning. So I don't think this is a large concern because it happened one time and basically their numbers exploded when it happened the first time back in March. So if it happens again, they might get some issues with their production. But I think everybody has kind of learned how to be safer in this environment. So I do not think this is a concern for moving on to the future if there is a bigger second wave. So that's another plus for this company. I think they have grown and moved into more their wholesale business. So I don't think it's a big concern if the whole illness situation again starts to take off. The ticker symbol again is VRYYF in the United States and VRY in Canada. Guys, thank you so much. Consider subscribing. Have you already? Give me a thumbs up. Catch you next one. Peace.